everyone. This is math lesson 146. Now, to start off our math lesson today, I'm going to read a little riddle to you, and I want to see if you can solve the riddle. Okay, here we go. So, here we go. This is called a colorful riddle. Can you find the color that finishes this rhyming riddle? Okay, so listen carefully. You see me on a leaf. You see me on a bean. You see me on a lizard. I am the color, what? The color red. Does that rhyme? No. Purple? Oh, I know. Yellow. No, what is it? The color is green. That's right. You see me on the lizard. I am the color green. All right, very good. So that's just a little fun thing for you this morning. Now, today for our math lesson, we're going to be talking about fractions. Fractions, hooray. Now, let me write a fraction on the board for you. All right, so let me make sure you can see it. All right. Now, if you notice, a fraction has two numbers, and then there is the line in the middle. Now, each of these numbers has a different name, and each of these numbers tell us different things. So we're going to learn that today. So I have a little sign here to help us. Oh, it's upside down. There we go. All right, so the top number right here, that number's name is the numerator. Okay, say numerator. Good job, numerator. Now, the bottom number, you see a 1 and a 4, the bottom number is called the denominator. Okay, say denominator. Okay, so the top number is called the what? The numerator. And the bottom number is called the denominator. Good. Now, you really need to know that for a math paper today, but it's just a good thing to remember for later on in your life. So we have the numerator and the denominator. Now, the numerator, which is the number on the top, that number tells us how many number of parts that you're talking about, okay? So the numerator tells us the number of parts that we are talking about. And then the denominator, which is the bottom number, tells us the total number of parts. So what does the denominator tell us? The total number of parts. And the numerator tells us the number of parts that we are talking about. Okay, so I'm going to ask you the different names at the end and their meanings. So try to remember that. Okay, I'm going to hang this up here on our board. Very good. Now, when I like to learn about fractions, I like to use a certain type of food. Now, I'm going to give you some clues, just like I kind of did for that riddle, and I want you to kind of tell me if you can figure out the answer. Okay, ready? Here we go. I am round. I can be eaten. And I have many toppings. What am I? So once again, here's the riddle. I am round. I can be eaten. And I can have many toppings. What am I? Do you think you know? The answer is Miss Williams, one of Miss Williams' favorite types of food. And it is, drum roll please, dun 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 dun, pizza! Woo! Miss Williams loves pizza. Now, actually, this is my favorite type of pizza right here, the pepperoni pizza. So, here we go. So today, to help us with fractions, we're going to be using some pizzas to help us figure out different fraction parts, okay? So I have a picture of the pizza here. Now, let me ask you this. Is this pizza cut into any pieces? Yes or no? No, it's not. Okay, you don't see any lines, nothing. See if I move it closer to the camera. It's just one whole pizza. So this fraction is just one whole. So one whole pizza. I'm going to put that up there. Now, the next pizza I'm going to show you is right here. Now look carefully at this pizza. How many pieces is this pizza cut into? It's cut into 2. So each of these pieces is 1/2. So it's half. So let me do this for you. I'm going to erase my little fraction here. And I'm going to write some numbers under these pizzas. So this is 1 whole pizza. Now over here, what do we say this pizza was? What fraction? 1/2. This is half. Okay? Now, here we go. We have this pizza. Now this pizza, if I move it closer to the camera, how many pieces is this pizza cut into? Ready? 1, 2, 3. It's cut into 3. So this pizza right here is, let me make sure, yeah, you can still see it, is 1/3. All right. And then the last picture of the pizza I'm going to show you. I know, so sad. The last pizza. Oh, okay, this pizza here is cut into how many pieces? It's cut into 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is, let me put it up on the board here. Can you guess what my fraction would be for this pizza? 1/4. Because each of these pieces is 1 out of 4. 1/4. This one is 1 out of 3. So each of these pieces is 1/3. And each of these pieces is 1/2. And this one is not cut into anything. So it's 1 whole. All right? So that's kind of an explanation a little bit more into fractions. So we have 1 whole, 1/2, 1/3, and 1/4. Now, which of these 4 pizzas is the greatest? So look at all 4 pictures. Which one is the greatest? Which pizza would you like to eat? Which one has the most? And the correct answer is 1 whole. That's right, because this is 1 whole pizza. This pizza is cut into 2 pieces. Now, I don't know. I think I'd rather have the whole pizza than just 1 piece, half of the piece. This one's cut into 3 pieces, and this pizza is cut into 4 pieces. So 1 whole is the greatest out of those 4. Now, once again, let's go back through this. We have our 2 numbers, the numerator and the denominator. Okay, remember the numerator tells us the number of parts that the fraction is talking about. And then the denominator, the bottom number, tells us the total number of parts. All right, so I hope that makes sense to you. And right now, I want you to get your math paper out and quickly look at the front. And I'm going to go through the instructions, and then we're going to work on the back together. So on the front, you need to write the numbers. Section 1. Section 2, you need to count by 10. Section 3, you need to mark greater than or less than. Section 4, you're writing the sums by counting by 2's. Okay, so add the numbers together, and you'll figure out that it's counting by 2's. Section 3, you're writing half of each number. And section 6, you're writing the differences, which is the answer to a subtraction problem. Now, turn your paper over to the back, because this is where we're going to focus right now. Now, the top of section 1, you'll see 4 different pies. So they're divided into 2 groups. So the first set of pies, they want you to mark under the fraction that shows the greatest part of the whole. Okay? So the first one, you have half, and then the second one would be what? What fraction of the whole would that second one be? It would be 1/4, because there's 1, 2, 3, 4 parts. Okay, remember the bottom number tells us the total number of parts. Okay, so which one is more, half or 1/4? I'll give you a second to think about it. And the correct answer is half. Half, here's half up here. Half is more than 1/4. See, this is 1 piece, and this is 1 piece. And this one is larger, it's greater. So the correct answer is half. Now look at the section, the second set there. You have how many pieces is that pie cut into? It's cut into 3. And then how many pieces is the second pie cut into? 4. Okay, so which one is greater? 1/3 or 1/4? And the correct answer is 1/3 because this is greater. It's more. All right, so section 5, you need to circle the number that shows the total part of the fraction. So let me write that on the board so you can kind of get the idea. So the first one that they have is half. The fraction is half. 1/2. Now remember, there's 2 different numbers. Which number shows us the total number of parts? Is it the top number or the bottom number? And the correct answer is the bottom number. The bottom number shows us the total number of parts. So you need to circle the number that shows the total number of parts, which is the bottom number. So you're going to do that for those 3 fractions there. And then section 3, you're putting the fractions in order from the least to the greatest. So they've given you 1/2, 1/4, and 1/3. So if you look at our pizzas here, 1/2, 1/3, and 1/4. Which one is the least? Okay, and that would be 1/4. And then the next one would be 1/3, and then the greatest would be half. Okay, you understanding that? I hope so. Now section 4, we're going to compare fractions. We've been comparing numbers, but now we're going to compare fractions. So I'm going to turn my camera a little bit here. And the first set of fractions they want you to compare is 1/2. Let me get them here. 1/2 and 1/4. Now, we're going to either write greater than or less than. So let's look at 1/2. Is 1/2 greater than 1/4 or is 1/2 less than 1/4? And the correct answer is 1/2 is greater than 1/4. It is more than 1/4. 1/2 is more than 1/4. And then the next set of numbers they want you to compare is 1/4. Let me move this down, and 1/3. Okay, so 1/4, is 1/4 greater than 1/3 or is 1/4 less than 1/3? And the correct answer is 1/4 is less than 1/3. Okay, so you can do that last one on your own. You have 1/2 and 1/3 and 1/2. All right, and then section 5, you need to read the story problems and pick the correct answer. All right, so that concludes our math lesson 146, today talking about fractions. So I hope you enjoyed this lesson. If you have any questions, let me know. Or if you don't really understand, you can always call and ask me, or you could even ask someone at your house, like an older brother or sister, your mom or your dad. But I hope that my explanation to you today was good enough. And I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you soon. Bye.